The story begins in the neon-lit streets of Los Angeles, where Max, a hard-working cab driver, starts another long night shift. His first passenger is a woman he instantly recognizes because she often rides with him. She gives him the usual route to her office, but Max confidently suggests a shortcut instead. At first, she doubts him, believing her route is already the fastest. Max smiles and proposes a small wager, promising he can get her there quicker. Curious about his confidence, she finally agrees. As the cab glides through the city streets, the woman focuses on paperwork scattered across her lap. But after a while, she notices they are moving through traffic much faster than expected. Impressed, she starts talking with Max. During the conversation, Max explains that cab driving is only temporary for him. He dreams of owning a limousine company someday, and is saving every dollar he can to make it happen. Looking at her expensive pinstripe suit and neatly organized briefcase, Max accurately guesses that she is a lawyer. She is surprised by his sharp observation skills and smiles at his accuracy. True to his promise, Max gets her to the office ahead of schedule. Before she steps out of the cab, Max casually asks if she actually enjoys being a lawyer. After a brief, thoughtful pause, she says she truly loves her work. She explains that she will probably spend the entire night studying and preparing for an important case. Before leaving, she hands Max her business card. Max watches her disappear into the office building before preparing to pick up his next passenger. A second man approaches the cab, but Max is distracted and almost misses him. By the time he notices, the man is already heading toward another taxi. Max quickly calls out and offers him the ride instead. The new passenger gets in and immediately tries to make conversation, though Max is less talkative this time. When Max asks if it is the man's first visit to LA, the passenger replies that he has been there before, but he dislikes the city's disconnected nature. He tells a disturbing story about a man who died on the metro and remained unnoticed for hours, using the story as a strange attempt to connect with Max. When they finally arrive at the destination, the passenger makes an unexpected proposal. He offers Max $600 to drive him around for the entire night. The amount shocks Max because he usually earns only around $400 in a full shift. Even though he knows it breaks company rules, Max is tempted. The man introduces himself as Vincent and pushes the cash into Max's hands, convincing him to agree. Vincent then tells him to wait in an alley nearby. While Vincent disappears into a building, Max relaxes inside the cab. He looks at a photo of the limousine company he dreams of owning one day and prepares himself a sandwich for dinner. But just as he takes his first bite, disaster strikes. A bloody corpse suddenly crashes through the windshield from above, completely shattering the glass. Terrified, Max jumps out of the cab in panic. Vincent calmly walks out of the building, irritated rather than shocked. He casually admits that he killed the man. Damn it, he fell. He fell from up there on the cab. You killed him. Good guess. I shot him. Max panics and begs Vincent to simply take the cab and leave him alone. But Vincent immediately pulls out a gun and orders Max to help him load the body into the trunk. Trembling with fear, Max obeys. After cleaning the blood from the cab, Vincent forces Max to continue driving him to the next location. When Max nervously asks why he killed the man, Vincent coldly explains that he is simply paid to eliminate targets. He claims he does not know the people who hire him or the people he kills. To him, it is just business. As they drive toward the next destination, the Los Angeles Police Department pulls them over because of the destroyed windshield. Max nearly breaks down when officers begin inspecting the vehicle, knowing a dead body sits in the trunk. Just before the police discover it, they receive another urgent radio call involving a separate crime scene. The officers quickly lose interest and let Max go, instructing him to return the cab to the garage after dropping off his passenger. Before Vincent exits for his next hit, he handcuffs Max to the steering wheel to stop him from escaping. While trapped there, Max receives a furious radio call from his boss, who has already heard about the broken windshield and demands payment for the damages. Vincent suddenly grabs the radio and pretends to be a U.S. assistant attorney. In a threatening tone, he warns Max's boss that he could report the situation as extortion to the DMV. Terrified by the possibility, the boss instantly backs down. Once Vincent leaves again, Max desperately honks the horn, hoping someone will rescue him. Unfortunately, the wrong people notice him. A group of robbers approaches the cab and steals Vincent's briefcase. Hey man, I got to get out of here. Do I look like I'm kidding you? The robbers excitedly realize the briefcase contains valuable items. But before they can escape, Vincent suddenly returns. Without hesitation, he guns both robbers down in the street. He calmly retrieves his briefcase and Max's stolen wallet before warning Max never to attract attention again if he values innocent lives. At the same time, an LAPD narcotics detective investigates Vincent's first victim, who turns out to be one of his confidential informants. After examining the apartment and the broken window where the body fell from, the detective realizes something much larger is happening and reports the murder to specialized investigators. The nightmare continues as Max keeps driving Vincent through the city. Later, Max receives another radio call from his boss, this time informing him that his mother is worried because he has not visited her at the hospital. Surprisingly, Vincent agrees to let Max visit her. At the hospital, Vincent behaves politely and casually chats with Max's mother, almost like a normal person. During the distraction, Max secretly steals Vincent's briefcase and runs toward an overpass. In desperation, he throws the briefcase off the bridge and into the darkness below. The act destroys important files connected to Vincent's remaining assignments. Instead of killing Max immediately, Vincent forces him into another dangerous task. Since the files are gone, Max must impersonate Vincent and retrieve information directly from Vincent's employer. Inside a luxurious nightclub, Max nervously meets Vincent's contact while pretending to be the hitman himself. Meanwhile, the LAPD identifies Max's cab through surveillance footage because of the broken windshield. Unknown to everyone involved, Vincent's employer is also under FBI surveillance. Soon, both the FBI and LAPD begin hunting for the cab. Max successfully gathers the information Vincent needs, and together they drive toward the fourth target's location while secretly being followed by federal agents and the detective. At a crowded nightclub filled with music, flashing lights, and armed bodyguards, Vincent hunts down his next target. One by one, he eliminates the guards with terrifying precision. Chaos erupts as FBI agents arrive and mistakenly identify Max as Vincent. Gunfire suddenly explodes across the club. Screams fill the air as panic spreads everywhere. Amid the confusion, the detective realizes Max is innocent. He quickly drags Max out of danger and tries to protect him. But Vincent escapes the nightclub after killing his target. Outside, he notices the detective and ruthlessly shoots him dead without hesitation. As Max drives Vincent toward the final target, the pressure finally becomes unbearable. Distracted and overwhelmed, Max crashes the cab. Police sirens echo nearby as Vincent forces himself out of the wreckage and runs toward his final assignment. Police officers arrive and initially help Max, but their sympathy disappears when they discover the dead body hidden in the trunk. They force Max to kneel and begin arresting him. At that moment, Max notices Vincent's computer screen displaying the final target. Anna, the same lawyer from the beginning of the story, now revealed to be a U.S. attorney. Realizing she is in deadly danger, Max suddenly breaks free from the officers, grabs Anna's business card, and races toward her office building. He calls her and desperately warns her that a killer is coming for her. Just as Vincent locates Anna inside the office, Max bursts in and saves her in the nick of time. Together, they flee into the city and board a metro train while Vincent relentlessly pursues them. Inside the moving train, Max and Anna become trapped at the end of a carriage with nowhere left to run. A tense gunfight erupts between Max and Vincent. Bullets rip through the train as passengers scream and duck for cover. Finally, Vincent runs out of ammunition. While struggling to reload, he collapses into a seat, bleeding heavily from his wounds. Max cautiously approaches him with a gun still aimed directly at him. With fading strength, Vincent looks at Max one last time and quietly repeats the story he told earlier. "Hey Max, a guy gets on the metro here in LA and dies. Think anybody will notice?" Slowly, Vincent lowers his head and dies in silence. The story ends with Max and Anna stepping out of the metro station into the pouring rain. Together, they walk away from the darkness and violence of the night, leaving the nightmare behind them at last. If you love the story, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.